Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Media. I'm Nerdy.
And I'm Essence.
All right, folks, this week we're going to get into the movie Selma.
So good and yet so snubbed.
And Essence, she went to see that, so she's going to really break it down, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents on Hollywood because you guys know how that all go down. And then we're going to talk about this Spygate. Oh, no, it ain't Spygate. It's another gate.
Deflategate.
Deflategate. So we're going to get into all that.
Patriots for life.
That's right. Essence, I guess she was born in Boston and
representing Beantown.
Raised in Alabama. What kind of combination is that?
And grown up in California. That don't do nothing but make me nationwide.
She said growing up or
I grew up born in Boston, raised in Alabama.
Damn! I heard that. So
nationwide.
So anyway, this movie, I'm going to get into Oprah.
Before you get into Oprah, let me just say this. And this is a break from what I normally would say about movies like this. And really what I even expected to say going into the movie. It was refreshingly different from a typically black movie.
Man, you said that last time you went to the movies too. With your boy, the dreamy guy, when he was playing not a serial killer, but when he was attacking the woman at her house.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, maybe that's the key to making good black American movies is you use foreign actors.
Let's get into that because the movie is about Martin Luther King, right?
Yes.
Now, where was he born at? Atlanta, Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
Coretta Scott King, where was she born at?
Down south.
Now, I know.
And both, and I was going to say, and both of those actors are.
Both of them are from England.
Mm.
They've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah. I must say, in their defense, I'm like Cleavon Little right now. Nah, brother, I have to.
You have to do what?
They played the hell out of those roles.
They're good actors and actresses.
Imagine that.
Now, why do you think they gave those two actors and actresses the job? Or is it just Oprah? Because I'm going to get into you, Oprah. Because everyone know how I feel about you.
Well, I do think that in the course of picking the best actors for the job.
How we know that was the best? Who knows who could have played that role?
Who knows who could have played that role? But I do think that in the course of it, in choosing someone to play MLK and Coretta Scott, you would have to choose somebody who would approach the role fresh, not having the years of oppression that you would have necessarily living in the United States. You're going to look at Martin Luther King a little bit differently. And the movie wasn't trying to portray him as a saint.
Okay,
just good enough. Okay, but what?
See, if we complained and you guys are being racist against Africans. And
No. What I'm saying is.
Because I'm going to complain about it.
I know you are.
Because I just don't like Hollywood.
I know. But I know you don't. And typically, I agree with you. And there are a lot of Hollywood-esque things
like
here
what?
That I don't like. But the movie itself was freaking well done. Because it didn't feel, usually, and I was expecting so much, Lee Daniels, the butler, came out about the same time last year. And then they were doing, it was like, oh, that one did okay around this time. Let's put out another black film.
And we're going to get into that. Oprah, is Oprah stuck in time? Because if you think about it, I'm not trying to get into her business. Every time she make a movie, it's like she's been in 4 movies.
But I'm
talking about movies. She's been in a lot of television movies.
But
her first movie, Color
Purple.
Then Beloved. Then The Butler. And now this one. Yeah. All
similar characters.
Can she make a regular movie? Can she put her money into something that doesn't
but you know what?
have a racial component to it?
That's my Hollywood piece on it. Because I truly believe that in order to make a movie make money on a national scale, Hollywood insists on stereotypical stuff being shoved down your throat. And therefore, that's the only type of movie they're going to let you say, oh, well, black people are normal, black people are trying to do right was in the past. Because now, any modern day, any movie that's set in the modern times with black people in it is what? ghetto-fied gangster movies. Even
well,
movies
they trying
that
to
are
move away from that, but
even so-called movies like Best Man. It was 20 years between Best Man and Best Man Holiday, right?
Was it 20 years? It seemed like it, huh?
About 20 years. It came out. Best Man came out like in what, the late 90s?
I think Oprah just be trying to please Bill Clinton because he was gushing over this movie. He got up. He said he got up and cheered in the movie theater.
You know what? It was a mixed audience when I went to go see it. It was a very mixed audience.
Now, was the white people in there, were they older or younger? I'm not saying you was paying attention to all that, but
I would say 30 and above.
Figures.
I would say 30 and above. But nobody got up as soon as the screen went dark. You know,
maybe they were scared. It was like, well, let's take our time because the black folks in here might be a little bit.
But I mean, it was a
They didn't do it like that.
It was a number of people who sat all the way through the credits, even after the song and all of that kind of stuff. That just sat through the credits. But it was emotional. It was like you could hear gasp in the audience when certain things was happening, and even though you think you know the story, it was a little bit different. Now, from my Oprah standpoint, Oprah's role was not as big as you would think it would be in that movie, but it was a very powerful role.
She always been playing powerful, except when she played that in Color Purple. They took that strong, big mouth black woman in Color Purple and broke her down. That's when black women started getting mad at black men.
Set in that jail.
Now let me stop
in that jail till I hear about to rot to death.
I'm sorry, Oprah, but go ahead.
But even after she was broke down, she still came up and rose up against the black man, telling him to shut up, old fool. Remember?
I know.
At the dinner table, that was like one of her last lines was "Shut up, old fool."
Shut up, old fool. That was her last line.
Apollo.
Come on, man. Why is Oprah stuck in time though? I know it was a good movie and all that,
but I still think that's the Hollywood component.
Why are they even still making these movies? Shouldn't we be learning this in school?
That's why.
Why would I go pay my money? Because when I go to the movies, which I don't, but when I used to, I didn't really go for educational level. I went to be entertained.
Well, they're not teaching you this in school, are they?
I swear I learned about MLK in school.
Ah, really?
Yeah, after a while, I was like, why am I still learning this? I know the story. I mean, it's nothing really. Do they ever go into the negative part of MLK? Nope. Maybe because they respect the man. I can understand that. But still, tell me you ain't telling me the whole truth.
Well, they actually, in the movie, they touched on it a little bit.
They did.
They did touch on it. But I know that it did take them like 7 years to get the movie together.
This movie?
This movie took like 7 years because they couldn't get people to act right or to
maybe that's why they got the Africans.
And Brad Pitt was one
the
of the
European. Oh, here we go with his movie company.
Executive producers. So there he goes right behind. Because last year he did 12 Years a Slave, didn't he?
Slave movies. Why are they stuck in time? Don't tell me about no history lesson. They doing these movies to play on our subconscious again. You know, like when Roots came out, that wasn't a history lesson. That was to make you feel inferior. That's all, and to make other people feel superior. What's going on in Hollywood? Let me tell you how it is breaking down.
Break it down.
You know how I break it down. Social stratification. That's the word this week, folks. Social stratification.
Please, Mr. Nerdy, could you explain that for me?
Everything is divided into layers based on power and prestige. Now, you know black people in Hollywood want to make some different type of movies.
Absolutely.
But yet, all these stereotypical movies. We can't have one clean movie. We had one clean series in the history of Hollywood. And they breaking that man down now. Dr. Huxtable.
Yep.
Name one movie that was portrayed. Now, I know it's been a lot of good independent movies that don't make the mainstream or the big screen. But name one big black themed movie that portrayed black people in a positive light without any stereotypical stuff. Like, for example, remember when Will Smith played in Independence Day?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people was like saying, "Oh, that's so positive. That's a positive role. He was a captain." But he was a captain.
His wife was a stripper.
Okay, his wife was a stripper. He was speaking slang. This is supposed to be an educated man. Many times he was being guided by a drunk. But he was the captain. speaking slang, going home to a stripper, a single mom stripper at that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So where could we in Hollywood, why are these people still taking this inferior position? Like Oprah, it's almost like she's saying, okay, master, I'll make this movie.
You know, when you say it like that, it does put a whole different spin on you, because when you stop and think about it, Oprah is richest. She shouldn't have to do anything.
And she still, remember I used to tell people, how come only the black billionaires still have to work? Okay, Oprah used to have her own show. She was still going to work every day, but yeah, she was a billionaire, while other billionaires playing golf. And if she had so much power, the movie didn't get nominated for any Oscars, and they complaining about that.
Yeah, the only thing, now it did get nominated for Best Picture, but it didn't get all the other nominations. The director, actress, supporting actor, and this is the insult to me. It got nominated for Best Song. Well,
you know y'all like music and shucking and jiving.
That's an insult. It's like, I remember I once did an internship with someone who was of a certain, I won't even go into it for real, but was of a certain sorority, and so she disliked me for that, purely on that reason. And she actually put on one of the things, the only thing she marked me like really well on was she dresses nice and professionally. She always looks nice. Really, Broad?
So she gave you a positive physical characteristic.
But that was the only thing. Everything else
were you doing a good job?
Man, I worked with 10 people and I got 9 letters of recommendation. She's the only person who had something negative to say about me.
That's it.
So what I'm saying is it was a specific insult. And that's what that best song, even though the song at the end is good, the fact that that's the only thing you're going to pick out as the song is insulting. When really, I think this movie was actually like an all-American movie, and people don't want to see it like that. Like, it truly talked about what the quote-unquote American struggle, American values, whatever, going against the system, within the system, and all of these kinds of things that they say are American values. Let me put it like that they say are American values. It had in there. And if this movie, it would be on par with something like Braveheart or The Patriot or something of that nature, something that should be patriotical, something that should be like, it's an honorable thing. And yet, somehow they always manage to turn it around as, oh, that's a black movie. That's an American movie.
Now, when you say they, is that like the critics and the media?
I mean, in terms of the Academy Award, Oscar nominations.
Now, look how the media is starting to spin it. I seen an article in Entertainment Weekly, and they trying to throw out there the reason why I didn't get it nominated for more Oscars or whatever is because copies of the movie got turned in late to the Academy members.
Oh, look at so that. They on CP time?
CP time. Like, they hint that out there.
Really?
Like, that's the reason why. Come
really?
on, man. Come on, man. Can you believe they would do something like that?
And you know what's crazy about that is there are other movies that are nominated for awards that people who are on the voting panel have said that, oh, I haven't watched it yet, but I will. It's been nominated, but people on the panel hadn't even watched it yet. So how late was that turned in? I'm just saying. So I went to the movie during what would normally be a matinee time. This is just a funny story here. And I got charged regular price for this movie. I'm turning around like, why is this regular price? And the manager says, oh, because it's a holiday. Oh, okay, it's a holiday. So I started to walk on. I turned around, wait a minute. It's MLK Day. How you going to charge me more to watch the movie Selma on MLK Day? I asked her. I said, I'm not gonna argue with you because I want to see the movie. But did you charge anybody more to see Cesar Chavez on Cinco de Mayo? I asked
Maybe that's not a holiday, but it is in California.
It is in California. She was like, I said, never mind. Yeah.
You did. That's what she was thinking.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Now, why you think that was?
Because they'll always play on our emotions because we get so little that is
Maybe that's just the policy of the
it
movie
could be
theater,
could be the policy of the theater.
But Oprah's supposed to have so much
holiday.
power. She should have went around.
However, you know what? Jesse Jackson was putting out a couple weeks ago, that different technology companies in Silicon Valley should give their employees MLK Day off, and et cetera. So if it's truly a holiday, he wouldn't have to say that like that. It is a federal holiday, but I know a lot
of people who had to work on that
Just
day.
note the difference between how that's treated and how any other holiday is treated.
Man,
how Valentine's Day is treated differently than that.
Americans don't give a damn.
In Alabama, MLK Day is on the calendar. It's MLK/Robert E. Lee.
In Alabama, Americans don't give a damn about nothing black, man. I keep telling y'all, they don't care. They really don't. Hell, Black Hollywood don't care. Oprah don't care.
No, she don't, because
they all cater to their masters in Hollywood.
This is my critique of Oprah, even though her role.
Building schools in South Africa for girls. What you do for young black men in Chicago, where you was living at, where you made all your money at.
Well, this whole movie was about Selma. How much money went to the city of Selma? Because I'm here to tell you, the way Selma was depicted in the movie, and that was in 1964? The city looked better than it does now.
Well, they did a march, so maybe when
they actually did go there, because I know people who were there, and they were like
they were showing them holding hands, singing "We Shall."
They shut down the state of Montgomery. The state offices in Montgomery shut down so that they could film. They closed down the state of Alabama for a few days.
The whole state, or just that county?
But I'm saying those are the state offices, the government
just
offices
to film that.
For filming.
She got that power, and you got a big old house in Oprah. You can't stop people from being racist in Santa Barbara. Oprah, did I jump off the subject? Because you know how you just told a story?
A little bit.
I know a female friend, right? She in a wine club. Let me tell you this real quick, right? And I thought of Oprah because I just seen a big old picture of her house that's supposed to be in Montecito.
Right.
So my female friend, her and her wine crew, all black girls from, L.A., they went up to Santa Barbara. Now, they travel around all Southern California to these different wine testing places or whatever, wine tasting. Mm-hmm. And they've never had no problem until they went to Santa Barbara. They said they was never treated so bad, so racist in Santa Barbara.
And Santa Barbara's known for their wine tasting. You get
and so they wanted to go up there. They caught the bus. They all commuted up there together. And you racist people in Santa Barbara, you did the job because they don't want to go back. Is that what y'all want to do in Ventura County and Santa Barbara? Treat black people so bad that they don't want to come back? Is that the key?
Well, that might be why ain't but 20 people in Ventura and Santa Barbara.
Okay, so I didn't mean to go off the subject, but I was just thought of Oprah, because if she always talking about marching or whatever, she has no clue this stuff go on, even in where she got houses and stuff at.
Well, in her defense,
she not treated that way.
I was talking to the curator of the Natural History Museum up there in Santa Barbara, and he says that that she's always really nice and never demanding, but she doesn't even stay there very often because it's
they probably won't let her stay there.
Well, they said it's because it's too far between there and LA. It's a compound. Let's be real with ourselves. This is.
She probably stayed there like one weekend. I mean, she got the money, so I can't hate. You can't hate on that.
For that.
But I'm just saying, if you really want to be this political person and act like you really giving back and you really doing this, I mean, nobody in Hollywood, they all we got this foundation doing. Look at Hollywood. Remember when Donald Sterling
just pretend to be Denzel Washington.
Remember Donald Sterling when he came out and made those racial slurs? They all was. Black people in Hollywood was talking mess about him. They was like criticizing him, which they should have, right? But when somebody in Hollywood when Mel Gibson did it,
nothing.
Well,
think about it. When Tyler Perry does it on a regular basis, nothing.
They did nothing. When those Sony executives made racial jokes about Obama, nobody in Hollywood said nothing. But yeah, Anthony Mackie, who getting ready to star in this movie Black and White. Have you heard about that movie?
Yeah,
it's like an Oprah type movie where
close. It's my girl Octavia Spencer.
Oh my God,
she's Oprah Jr.
Oh my God, a white grandfather gonna be taking care of his mixed grandbaby, Kevin, no acting Costner, And I can imagine the stereotypes gonna be in there. This gonna be like,
well,
this the female version of Blind Side.
already off
Good
the bat.
white people coming to save the day for black people.
Already off the bat, we got the child got a black daddy who's not involved in her life.
That is. You know what I was thinking about y'all movie Hollywood? Off the bat.
Speaking of shit going down the drain, what about this Deflategate thing?
Oh, let me say this. So Anthony Mackie, he gonna come out and say racial profiling people with dreadlocks because people who have dreadlocks on. I was like, brother, I don't have dreadlocks and I get it all the time. What the hell are you talking about? But this is how detached Black Hollywood is. They so far, like they have no clue of what the hell going on with Black America.
Think about it though. Hollywood, even you know what? Forget the movie. Think about the actual civil rights movement, the non-violent part, the protest part. Nothing happened because people were out there protesting. It happened because racist people were seen attacking them physically, violently, attacking people who were standing on the side of the road singing. So now we have a time where the same stuff is going on, but the media has been put in place to vilify those people. So now you don't look at it and say, oh, they're attacking them, even though that's still what's going on. It's like, oh, they were being criminals. They were selling cigarettes. They were wearing dreads. He's wearing a hoodie. Oh, my goodness, he's going to snatch my purse and steal my kids.
The media comes in, and all you contributors, you just don't understand.
And that's what we do.